Hi all, it's Alex here of the Mad Cartographer, and welcome to episode number 14 of What a Mad Week. I say What a Mad Week, kind of just drifts and I just do it whenever I feel like I've got time to do it. Bit of a big update, and this is the final update for the Carnival elements of this theme. We're doing Faewilds this month. We've now done our last Carnival map, so there's 4 more that are being added to Foundry. I think I might have already updated the Foundry. I just don't think I necessarily published a post about it. But we've definitely got 3 new ones that are going on here. So I'm just going to showcase the latest 4 that weren't in the last video, and then that's the Carnival wrapped up. And then we're going to be doing, I think there's 6 more maps that we're looking to do that are pretty much locations from the Wild Beyond the Witchlight book. They are some of the locations that are mentioned in each of the main areas that have potential to have combat on them and don't have a map. So the ones that already have a map, we're not doing. We're doing the ones that don't have a map, the small locations, kind of like small single encounters. So we're looking to put those last few out for the remainder of the theme. But for now, let's show you what we've got for the remainder of the Carnival itself. So we have the Feasting Orchard. There we go. And again, we've got some canopy stuff. All the canopies under the lights, canopies under the trees. None of the buildings are can be entered. We've not done that with any of the buildings for the Carnival because it's just too complicated and it takes too much time, and we have learned that mistake from last month's theme, which I'm still trying to get through. So we're getting through it slowly but surely. So this is going to be available to you folks. We have then snail racing. So we've got a big snail racing track, and it is a big old thing. What size is this? This is 5,320 pixels divided by 140. What's that? 5,320 divided by 140. There you go. 38 pixels, 38 squares wide, I think that was. So it's a big boy. Basically, in the book, this track is, I think it was 450 feet. So we tried to do as rough an equivalent as we can, and we've pretty much picked it up from the map itself. So I've tried to follow it relatively close. Where are we at? There we go. So that's the snail racing. There you go. So trying to do it somewhat similar with a little bit of, extra added lights and stuff just to flare it up a little bit. But again, so with this we have, we've got our canopies. We've got a little finish post canopy. But one of the things that we've got, so we've got these snails already in place with token attacher. Hooray, hooray, token attacher. You can click token attacher, activate it when your character is sat down, and we've lined these up roughly so that your characters should fit in the driver's seat. And select the tile for the snail, hit the link, and then they are connected. And then as you move, your snail is going to move with you. And it's just in case, if you don't want to do the snail race how they've done it in the book, which is a little bit simpler. If you want to do something with it and you want to turn it into a bit more of an encounter, then you have that option. And when you're finished and you want your person to jump off, then again you can go to this, select the tile, and then disconnect them, and then they are off. Really simple to use token attacher for anybody that hasn't yet used it. So there you go. There are 8 different snails. Give you a little 8 different racing snails. We've modified the original snail that we made back in our first theme back in May 2020 for our caverns theme. This was Ralto's Undermarket, and we had a snail, and we just give it a little bit of an update with a saddle and some different colours and stuff. And these relate to the colours of the snails in the book. Next one is a Dragonfly Ride. really simple. Isn't technically an encounter or anything like that, but we figured flying dragonflies up in the sky. You know, you've got this little blurred view from down below. If the DM wanted to do some aerial combat, something a little bit interesting, the dragonflies go out of control, something like that, then, you know, it was a quick and easy map for us to make, albeit Steffen made these dragonflies, and they're really beautiful. He spent more time probably making the dragonflies than he did putting the map together. And again, we've got token attacher. Select them, select your dragonfly, and then off you go. Your folks can, I don't know, have some interesting combat encounters with it. So the snail racing and the dragonfly, map will be available to the essentials tier. Actually, I think the feasting orchard is also only available to the essentials tier and the all the things tier. The mini bundle are going to get some of the Feywild, the next Feywild maps that are going to be coming out. So your maps are still going to get padded out a little bit. But it is the other things tier. They obviously get access to the assets, so they have access to the snails and the dragonflies. For the rest of y'all, you'll have to find some kind of token or something like that if you are in the essentials bundle and don't get access to the assets. And then finally, we have our big top. Steffen's done some great work on this. I gotta hold my hands up and say it ain't me. I'm just the foundry boy at the moment. I did the snail one. Steffen's done all the rest in this theme because I've been otherwise preoccupied. So we're using better roofs here. We have done a version of this map using levels, and then there's a version that doesn't use it. Because right now this is the only map in this module that uses levels. However, as it is becoming so predominant in our Foundry modules, you're probably going to have it installed anyway. So it doesn't hurt to have it, but you know, in the event that that module stops working, we don't want it to break everything. Everybody gets access to this exterior map and the interior one. So mini bundle, essential bundle, and all the things tier. You will all get access to the interior and exterior map for the big top, because we can't give you a carnival and not give you a map. So you will have access to this, and it is pretty cool. So this is what it looks like. Again, we've got this canopy of this high wire act here. Got some walled elements. Got this little back room for where everybody's getting ready. This little back door for going back outside. But as we have used levels, for people that are using Foundry, we've got these little markers here that we use to indicate that something is going to happen when you go on them. And when you go on it, you can climb up the pole, and then you are then above this. So you can have somebody below it, and then somebody above it. I don't know why it's doing that weirdly. Oh, it's showing suddenly, flashing up, showing the top, the rooftop. It shouldn't be. And then when you get to the side, there you go, you can climb back down, and then you're back under again. So that's what we've got. There we go. It's 4 pretty decent maps. I think, you know, and some big maps as well. The big top and Snail Racing. Some really, really big maps. Hopefully lots of use for you folks. As ever, for the Foundry people, and anybody that's just using these are all tiles, so you can build up your own. You can build up your own layout for your maps. Obviously, they don't connect in every way possible, but we are going to be putting out some blank tiles as well. But you know, you guys can decide what kind of layout you're looking for. If you want, let's go with a bubble pot teapot. I think that's a bend. Yeah. Sometimes you have to wait for it to process. I don't know whether that had done it then or not. No, it hadn't. Okay. It's sometimes a bit funny. Sometimes you're going to want to hit F5 on this one and make it work. But I have now. Hold on, let's that actually it won't do that now. I'll have to hit F5 and everything. So I'm not going to do that. But I'll show you. You can also drag in the snail racing as well. So the snail racing. because it's so big and you have to wait for it to process, that's kind of what's causing the issues. Do you know, I am going to show you that it works. I'm going to hit F5. Right then, let's try it again. So, go into the Actors tab. Let's try it again. Let's pull out the teapot. If you heard the toilet flushing, it's because somebody's decided they're using a toilet while I'm recording. Okay, there you go. So now it moves around. And then we can put on the snail racing, see if it processes. There you go. Now it's working. So sometimes you just have to hit F5. And obviously you just need to make sure that your stage is big enough. Whoa. And you might not want to use something like this map and the big top map at the same time, because it's going to make a real big one. But hey, depends. You know the ins and outs of your players and what their computers can handle. It should line up. Just want to show that. Oh God, how big am I? Oh, one more. There we go. All relatively seamless, and you can kind of build up whatever layout you want for your circus. So there you go. It's pretty good, right? So you've got these tiles in Foundry. You've got, and as ever, it drags all the walls, drags all the lights, and there are no sounds in general attached to the tiles, because it doesn't make sense. They kind of has weird crossover, but we have put sounds in the playlist within Foundry, so you'll be able to play the different tunes that we otherwise have placed on the scenes. But other than that, so we've got this done now. So this is the Carnival wrapped up. We're going to do this, hopefully the 6 more for the remainder of the month, just to round off the theme. The Wretched Caverns adventure and the map is going to be available to all the things tier hopefully tomorrow. It was going to be released tonight. I've just checked it and then noticed that the walls weren't missing. The walls are all missing on the module, so not been able to release it just yet. But we'll be releasing it soon. And then I think over the weekend there's going to be a lot of stuff that's going up on the shop. There's going to be a couple of the adventures that were in the summer bundle, as well as the adventures theme that we did a few months ago. There's going to be the Dreaded Domains 2 for anybody that wasn't here in August, who doesn't have access to the Foundry content for that. So that will be available as well. We're going to be putting them all on the shop this week for you fine folks. So there you go. Let us know what you think. If you've been using these Carnival maps already, let us know what your players think. Always love to have a bit of feedback. Other than that, I will see you all in the next video. Take care of yourselves, and as ever, keep rolling those 20s, folks. Peace.